Even rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Oh yeah. Taking him away, him away, him away. Do 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 do. Yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Even flow of the world like butterflies. Oh, he don't know, so he chases them away. Oh, salt of the salt, salt of the salty sea. Show us your mushroom tip. So I pulled out the mushroom tip, and when she grabbed it, it go drip, drip, drip. I didn't know that she had the G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. Uh, the girl caressed me down. 'Cause that's that loving sound. Hello, nurse. Damn. It is really weird some days. It's like yesterday I started a show right around the same time. 9, 8:30, something like that. And there was like only 50 people in here for like an hour. Today, I went in, I literally started the show, got up real quick to get a cup of coffee, came back in, and there's 120 people chilling. I really don't understand how this shit works. Where are you from? I'm from California. Born and raised, baby. West Coast, Best Coast, all that shit. Where are you from? Let's do an early roll call. You guys can, you know, you don't gotta fucking dox yourselves. Tell me what state you're from, what country you're from, whatever you're comfortable doing. Let's just see where people are at. Throw it out there. I like doing this. This is a fun one to do. North Carolina, Buenos Aires, Cherry Valley, Inland Empire, LA, couple of LAs in here. Ontario, Norway, Philadelphia, Detroit, Tennessee, born and raised, nice. Georgia, 2 Georgias in a row. Georgia, Providence, Rhode Island, Colorado, San Francisco, LA, Bellflower, California, nice. Miami, Florida, 2 Floridas in a row. You people, like, you're getting it at the same time. It's crazy. India, North Idaho. We're global, man. It's crazy, right? Kenosha, Crawford County. That's in Indiana, I guess. Cool. Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, if you're 8, let me just handle that. Where are your parents at, kiddo? Steven rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Pearl Jam has started to grow on me. Well, I didn't hate them, but I was really not a big fan of Pearl Jam when they first, when they were popular in the 90s. But as I get old, I'm about it. I'm about Pearl Jam. My style is stunning. I have no concept of style, bro. It was funny. I went on, my old podcast, Drunken Peasants. Or no, I think this was before that when I had been host of that on my show, on this show. And he was like, yeah, he started talking about it and we got off on another topic, but he was like, yeah, you're very conscious of your fashion. And I was like, nah, probably. I mean, do I have a sense of personal fashion? I do, but it's pretty fucking straightforward. It's like, I wear what I'm comfortable in. I like t-shirts. I'm wearing a pair of sweatpants, bro. Black sweats. I don't get it, No, I don't get band tattoos. What's your favorite song? Tough, man. I'm gonna go True Colors by Cyndi Lauper, though. That song will literally, almost every time I listen to it, if I really listen to it, will make me cry. That's gotta be your favorite song, right? You with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged, when's the last time I saw you laughing? When this world gives you trouble and you've taken all you can take, just call on me, 'cause I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. I think that's maybe my favorite song. I don't know. You're gonna get a different answer if you ask me in 2 weeks. I don't do favorites. Beyond implementing ranked choice voting and nonpartisan primaries, what else could weaken the current two-party system in America? A general strike and months and months and months of deliberate and unrelenting protest action, visible protest action. We're talking Wall Street, LA, DC, the National Mall in DC especially. Yeah, dude, the people are going to have to get fed up with being treated like garbage and rise up and demand their rights. That's how it works in this country. So, a nice grotesque shirt. Thanks. This is my podcast shirt. So that's me in the middle there. A lot of people think I'm the top one because of the glasses. 'Cause TJ used to wear glasses like this. Now he doesn't wear glasses anymore. But yeah, that's my friend TJ eating me, and that's me eating my friend Scotty, and he's a little cheesy poof. Yeah, that's our podcast. TJ Scotty Paul. I love your style. I'm watching from Myanmar, bro. Cool. What's up, Myanmar? Area of the world. Well, I would like to visit pretty much everywhere. There are very few areas of the world that I've looked at and gone like, man, I would never visit there if I got the chance. Like that area of the world. You still have shirts like that available? I think so, yeah. If not, I really think we're working on our merch shit. We're going to be releasing some new merch here really soon. And I'm hoping that we can get like a more permanent merch presence, kind of a store where we can just keep these shirts up. Because, yeah, we do batches, basically, right? Where we will have a batch of shirts printed, and then out they go, you know? But, yeah, this is a cool shirt, though. This was a good design for a shirt. Did you go to Somalia? Somalia. Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, maybe not like in the midst of like war and shit, but I bet the people in Somalia are fucking awesome. That's why I travel. I travel for the culture and the people, you know, and the food and the vibe, you know. And I gotta say that I think that the vibe of like just chilling with some people from Somalia would probably be awesome. From what little experience I have meeting people from other places and going to other places, people are awesome everywhere, right? Is merch good income for the business, or do you just do it for the fans? I mean, it's not a main income stream. I'll tell you that much. It's a little of both. I mean, we profit from it, but if we didn't do it, it wouldn't represent a significant loss for us, you know. So I guess it's a little of both. Does Monkey Souls have vibration on controller? Yeah, but you can turn off if you want. Turn off your haptics. That's pretty easy. How am I? I'm pretty good. How are you? having my morning coffee and smoke and just kind of fucking chilling, enjoying this like overcast, cool weather here in California. I'm in the Central Valley where it's usually like fucking scorching hot in August. It's only going to be like 82 degrees today. And no sun, really. It's all cloudy skies. What? I'll show you. Look at that. Look at that cloudy shit. That's some clouds right there, boy. No, I don't play VR games. They make me dizzy, and I just don't like it. I don't like how shit pops out at you. I just don't like it. I'm a little bit too boomer for VR, but it's okay. I don't make fun of people who enjoy it. It looks cool, but I just can't fucking hang with that shit, bro. Sorry, it's not my bag. You worried it will be depressing where you're going? No, I have no reason to worry that. I spent quite a bit of time there, and I know how it is there. It's not a depressing place for me. In fact, it's kind of like the anti-depressing. I will be so much closer to nature. I'll be closer to the ocean. I'll be right on the ocean, right in California's Redwood National Preserve. It's like you know me. I'm outside. I love nature, trees, birds, animals, grass, mountains, oceans. I like being outside, and so I can only think that it's going to be a massive, massive upgrade. You know? Yep. Decided where I'm moving, and we're all but locked in on a place. I hesitate to give people the full thumbs up until I've got the fucking lease signed and everything, but it's looking like we're going to get the lease early next week. Knock on wood. And in that case, like, yeah, dude, it's pretty locked in. We're moving. No, I play Monkey Souls on PC. Hard feelings with the current landlord? No, not really. I mean, yeah, but I just hate landlords. But in this landlord, I mean, look, dude, they could be worse, but like it's like pulling teeth to get them to do basic maintenance on this place. To the point where we just kind of like gave up on it, you know? Got Monkey Souls running on the Steam Deck? That's crazy. Trinidad? Trinidad's a little south of me, where I'll be going, but yeah. I mean, within striking distance of me. I'll be about 2.5, 3 hours out north of the bay on the west coast of California. Literally the furthest north that I can go, give or take, without being in Oregon. So... as a nature guy, there are a shit ton of great places in Canada to check out. Yeah, well. Yeah, that's not in the Rockies, though. It's in the California coastal range, which is a lower range than the Rockies. I mean, it kind of touches the Rockies up super extreme north, so... buy your groceries in Oregon, no sales tax, yeah. I mean, that would be an option. It wouldn't be that long of a trip for us to do our shopping in Oregon if we wanted to. Pay no sales tax on anything. Do you want to live in Mount Shasta? Dude, one of the reasons I'm moving to this region of the world, it's kind of interesting you ask that. One of the reasons why I'm moving to the area I'm moving to is because I took a road trip a few years ago up through Northern California, through Oregon, and up into Seattle to see my wife's family that lives up there. And when we went over the Northern Pass up over in Weed, California, right in the shadow of Shasta, I fell in love. I was like, "Oh my God, this place is beautiful." And then we went down, the Oregon side of the pass into that beautiful, verdant kind of like rolling green hills and just beautiful land in Oregon. That Southwest Oregon land is like it looked like Hobbiton or something to me. And I fell in love, and I was like, I want to seriously look at moving to this area of the world. I can't believe how beautiful this place is. And, years later, after looking and looking and looking, Amelia and I have settled on a spot, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it. I've got, I got good feelings about it, but ultimately we are moving there. We're on a year lease, and that'll, maybe we don't like it as much as we thought we liked it there. You know? So that's the power of renting, if there is one. You're not locking yourself in. My brother is moving to California to grow weed. We call him Weezus because he is weed Jesus. Well, this is the place to be if you're like wanting to be really at the top of the weed game. Best weed in the world right here. Somebody ban the idiot that keeps saying, "I'm glad you're moving to Somalia." I don't get the joke, and it's the third time I've read it, so just get him out. If it doesn't make sense, if it's too dumb, I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it float by. And I hate these people like thinking that like this is how I conduct myself. This is how I conduct myself in conversation. I make a meme that make no sense to anybody but me, and I repeat it. I repeat it. I repeat the meme. Oh, he moved to Somalia? Did you say you moving to Somalia? I'm glad you moved to Somalia. You know what I mean? Like, what is going? You ever think? Like what's going on in that motherfucker's head, bruh? You could move to Zimbabwe. It's like we're having a whole ass conversation in here, and just like, you know what I mean? You say nonsense, you gotta have a theme like pepperoni, bro. Yeah, exactly. People should take notes off of pepperoni, bro. Because people have too much time. It's not even that though, because it's like you can have too much time and be smart. I think people are too stupid. I think that's what it is. I think there are just a lot of people out there that are too dumb to have a human conversation. They want to. Humans are a social species. Of course, we want to socialize with people, but they're not equipped. And so it's just, you know what I mean? It's like fucking what? Pretty fucking sad. Pretty unbelievable. Nope, I'm not in the PNW, buddy. I'm in the Central Valley of California, near Fresno. If you want to geolocate me. If it makes you feel better knowing where I'm talking from, that's where I'm talking from. Do you think the stupid is a failure of parenting or the education system? Both. Mostly parenting, though. Ultimately, parents are the stopgap. When you see a person that's young, but they're an idiot, and it seems like that they're operating about 6 grade levels behind what they look like, you know what I mean? That is a failure of the parents, first and foremost. And then in a secondary sense, it's a failure of the public education system. But the way a child turns out is 110% on the parents. They are little fucking mirrors of you. If your kid's got problems, I mean, there are obviously like exceptions to this. There are people that have adopted kids or, you know, whatever. That's not you. You're taking someone else's work and trying to intercede. That's a different thing. But if you have raised your child and your child is a nightmare, that is not a reflection on your child. And it's certainly not a reflection first on society, video games, violence, and TV, and, you know, screen time, and cell phones, and social media. All that shit is way secondary to the parents. Parents are the last port of call. Parents are the most important people in children's lives, and they are the most developmentally important people in a child's life. If you see something reflected in your child that is antisocial and bad, you did it. You made it that way. Okay? Except in a few very extreme circumstances. If you got a child that's neurodivergent or something, but we're setting that aside. We're talking about just a shitty, dumb kid, can't write, can't read, you know, barely getting socially promoted in school, in trouble all the time, doesn't listen to you, doesn't respect you, acts like a moron, embarrasses themselves in public constantly, and doesn't have the self-awareness to understand it. All of that is on the parent. 100% of it. You made that. You created that. It's a reflection of you and your failure, and only you can fix it. That's the other thing, too. It's hard to talk about this, though, because in this country, parents have this attitude where if you try and fucking talk, even in generalities about parents and their children, they'll get all defensive. What do you know? You don't know. You don't know nothing about my situation. You don't know. They've got a litany of excuses and anger because a lot of them are raising shitty kids. Point blank. A lot of them are bringing up shitty little kids. Dumb. Stupid. Lost. Culturally confused. Completely and utterly antisocial in a lot of cases. Obsessed with the internet. All that's on you, bitch. Parents will be the first people to give you off a litany of excuses why their child is shit. But if you try and double back and go like, hey, maybe you ought to take away their phone, or maybe they're spending a little too much time on the tablet, do you think? What the fuck you know? Tell me how to raise my family? It's like they want it both ways. They want to talk about what a tragic hardship it is to be a parent. But when you talk to them about how they're creating that hardship, they want to get all defensive about it. Huh? That's not the way a problem gets solved, so I think we're going to see a lot of shitty kids in the future. Whoops. Parents are just people, though. People are always going to be shitty and incompetent. That's where institutions are supposed to fill the gap. Yeah, but people are supposed to take responsibility for their own lives, especially in a culture like America. Like, waiting for an institution to pick up your slack on your child seems like a losing proposition. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree that there ought to be better institutional methods to intercede in poor parenting, but there aren't. So who else are we going to blame? I blame the parents. They blame it on Maryland and the heroin. Where were the parents at? And look where it's at. Words of wisdom from the white boy of the booth. You know the white boy will bite you. Me and Haley dance to your music. We like you. Sounds like an Eminem lyric. It was. You're the realest white dude I've ever seen. Cool. Whatever. I'm not getting my kid a social media device. They can get that on their own. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, Brianna. In fact, I think that's a wise decision. I'm not a parent, so I can't speak to all the ins and outs of it, but I think that's a wise decision. I've always thought that, like, let's take myself out of it and let's theory craft. Like, I'm definitely not having children at this point in my life, but let's say I did have a kid, you know. I don't think I would be completely device adverse. Like, I wouldn't, because, you know, I think that's a way to push a kid into just sneaking around at school and getting deeper into that shit, using their friends' phones and tablets and shit, and just, like, I think that's a way. So it's like, it would all be very, like, my parents did something good with me. I had things that I liked when I was a kid, right? I liked my radio. I liked my TV in my room. I liked having my CB radio hooked up in my room and my big antenna. I liked going out on the weekends and having the freedom to do that. And my parents used those things as incentives for me, right? So a lot of those privileges and shit, a lot of me being able to keep those things in my room and have my room the way I wanted it and go out when I wanted to, a lot of those things were contingent on me passing school. If I brought home a bunch of C's and D's, my ass was going to be fucking grounded and with my nose in the books, right? If I got arrested by the police with weed, and never happened, I'm just saying, if I got caught by the police doing something stupid, or, you know, got caught with a friend doing something dumb, or got suspended from school or some shit, dude, my ass would have been grass. They would have taken everything I liked out of that room and locked it away somewhere and put my ass right in there and said, fucking get to work. Get your nose in the books. They didn't have to do that to me often, but the implicit, like, nature of that hanging over me kept me in fucking, you know, kept me on the planet. Kept me engaged in the things that I didn't necessarily want to do, but I needed to do in order to pass school and all that shit, right? Now, I definitely wouldn't be given, like, a young kid a phone or a tablet or anything. I really think that, like, once they hit their fucking, like, tweens, maybe, is when you can start talking to them about it. Well, tweens, like 11, 12, something like that, right? Once they hit that, then you talk about it. And the first thing they get at that age, if they're doing well in school, if they're holding up their end of the bargain and following the rules and shit, you go like, all right, I'll get you a phone. That phone is locked down. It's got fucking certain hours of the day that they can't even fucking open it or use it for anything other than to fucking make an emergency call to you. You know, you turn on the fucking timer where it's like you've got 2 hours a day that you can spend on your phone or your tablet doing this. I would lock down websites and shit. I would definitely be using like a net nanny kind of list to block porn and political bullshit and just like garbage that I don't want my kid involved in. Certain apps and stuff would be off the table. Like any app where it's unrestricted access to children by adults, like
Roblox and all that shit, they wouldn't be doing any of that shit. I am not throwing my child out to the fucking wolves, okay? Not gonna happen. So if there's some kind of fucking thing that has a strict ban policy and watches over the kids and some little Club Penguin thing, although Club Penguin was a haven for fucking pedophiles and shit too. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit's off the table. You having a social media account? Off the table. You want to text your friends? Cool. You want to look at websites or watch YouTube to a certain extent? Cool. But I'm logging everything you look at. I'm checking it once a week, and if you're looking at shit that I don't agree with, you're getting fucking blocked. I'll lock YouTube on your phone. You see what I mean? That's how I would be, I think, as a parent. Like, having access to this stuff, I think, is important for kids. You can't just, like, keep them a complete Luddite until they're 20, in my mind. But all of that shit, all that extra shit is conditional on the kid holding up their end of the bargain. And for me, their end of the bargain is you do your best in school. You don't get fucking in fights that you don't pick on people. You're not shitty. You don't get suspended. I don't catch you doing drugs. I don't catch you fucking doing shit behind my back. As long as you're towing the line, yeah, you got some privileges. You got to give them a little something so they aren't the weird kid with strict parents. I'm not even really worried about that. Dude, the weird kid with strict parents sometimes grows up to be a fucking millionaire and they're super happy and super successful. So you be however you want. You be as strict as you need to be with your kids. I'm not about my personal philosophy on it as I would like speculate, because that's really all I can do. I never had kids and I won't. But if I did find myself in the care of a young person for whatever reason, they wouldn't be on no fucking phone all day, every day, fucking social media, TikToking it up. No, sir. But Billy gets to have a phone. Suck it up, bro. That's what my parents used to tell me. Are you Billy? No. What's your name? PJ. PJ doesn't get it. Billy does. Deal with it. Suck it up. You know what I mean? Like, kids gotta learn that, like, equity and fairness are a fucking idea, okay? And you can try and be that way in your life, but society as a whole is neither equitable nor fair. Kids gotta learn that. Your job as a parent is not primarily to be a fair person to your child. It's a smart basis, but it's not about fairness when you're talking about raising up a child to be a productive adult that can handle the world and isn't lost and retarded. Like so many, you see how many fucking people that are in their 20s and stuff can't type, can't speak, can't get a job, can't keep a job, got no fucking like direction in life, just live on social media. Their whole existence is wrapped up in their phone. How do you think those people are creative? Like, how do you think those people are created, is what I mean. Do you think they just popped out of the ether? No, they were raised by parents that didn't give a shit. Either were too stupid to know how to give a shit or just had other priorities. And then that person is fucking cradle to grave part of our society. Gonna live till 80. Dumb as a post. 4th grade reading level is common now in kids being graduated from high school. You can look this up. This is Department of Education shit. It is common for children right now graduating middle school and high school to test at or below a 4th grade reading comprehension and writing level. You can't do shit with a 4th grade reading comprehension level. You are a fucking piece of dust in the wind. You're a burden on society, too stupid to work, too stupid to be worth anything, too stupid to make connections or friendships or long-lasting relationships, just obsessed with online nonsense. You're a drain. You ain't got to take my word for it. It just is what it is. These are the numbers, baby. 4th grade reading comprehension level common in fucking high school and college-aged kids? Are you kidding me? 4th grade. Go talk to a 4th grader, bro. They ain't the smartest people on the planet. Illiteracy is like a fucking prison, guys. I'm not even trying to fucking overblow it. You have any idea? And by the way, you being able to sound out words, you're still illiterate. Illiteracy has 2 components: the ability to read and write and the ability to comprehend text. Those are 2 different things. If you're sounding it out past your 20s, you're not literate. You're illiterate, and it's a prison. It's a prison. You can't interact with people. You can't avail yourself of knowledge. You have to do as you're told. Any knowledge you have, you run with something you're told because you can't look it up yourself. It's a giant detriment in the society for an adult. And we've got a generation now, and it looks like coming up right behind them, a second generation of illiterate people being graduated out of our public school system. One full generation now. These people are in their 20s now, and we're reaping the whirlwind. And we've got the Gen Alpha coming up right behind them, and they're getting the same treatment. Makes people insecure, scared, prone to being led around by their nose by political fucking parties and bad faith actors. It's very easy to get a dumb illiterate person pissed off and scoop them up into white nationalism or Christian nationalism. Well, there's really no difference between the two anymore these days. This is a huge societal detriment. When you look at MAGA, how did that happen? How are people so stupid? They're wearing diapers. You know how that happens? Those people are too stupid to do anything other than what they're told. 100%. And if you think that's not a huge problem that needs to be discussed and interceded with, I can't really call you a serious person. The numbers don't lie. We are graduating functional illiterates. Functional illiterates. And when I say illiteracy is a prison, I mean it locks you in a prison of frustration and inability to fucking interact with your society. If you can't read, how do you sign a contract? If you can't read, how do you contextualize a piece of art? You don't. You walk around, you're into what you're told to be into, you speak how you're told to speak, and you do what you're told. And you can see the repercussions of this all over this country. No accountability because you don't even know what the word means. But the repercussions of this are grown-ass people simping for Kamala Harris, grown-ass people simping for Donald Trump, grown-ass people getting scooped up into the media whirlwind and ignoring what really fucking matters in their lives. That's the whirlwind that we've reaped. We sowed the wind by cutting education. We sowed the wind by cutting fucking parental education. We sowed the wind by allowing parents to make excuses for the bad behavior of their children over and over again. We sowed the wind by allowing parents to get offended every time somebody calls out bad behavior in their children. And now we're reaping the whirlwind. And nobody has any ideas for how we're going to survive this. How does a society that can't read function? How does a society that can't read elect a leader? If you can't read, what the fuck do you think your vote counts for? Think about that. You can't read. You can't comprehend text, poetry, or prose. How are you making a fucking complex decision like electing a leader? What the fuck do you know about history or context or politics or economics? What do you know? Nothing. The answer is nothing. Not only do you know nothing, but you are ill-equipped to avail yourself of the knowledge that would let you know something. You're trapped in a prison of ignorance. Whole generation now, we've sowed the wind. Now they're coming of age. Now they're 20, 25. Can't read, can't write, 4th grade reading comprehension level, and they're out in the world. Right up behind them, Gen Alpha. Same treatment. Can't read, can't write, obsessed with devices, autism spectrum disorder levels through the fucking roof, oppositional defiant disorder through the fucking roof, grades through the toilet. You think that's going to have no effect on how those people are as adults? Okay, so if you're adult enough to go, yeah, it's going to have a profound effect on how they navigate the world as adults. They're about to be in charge. The boomers are just about dead. Hey, somebody help Great Helm find old Paul videos. Somebody escort Great Helm to the old Paul videos. He can't do it himself. He needs somebody to hold his hand and lead him out. That, by the way, that just happened, that little brief internet interaction, is the proof of the pudding that I'm talking about. These are people that are too stupid to engage in normal human conversation. All they can do is show up and try and disrupt, troll, make jokes that are only funny to them. They can't engage when we're having a serious conversation in here. And so it's just, you know what I mean? This is when I say we reap the whirlwind, this is the whirlwind. Grown men and women, too stupid to talk, too dumb, too behind in reading comprehension to keep pace with a conversation. So what can they do? Show up, disrupt. Show up, make it about them. Show up, agitate somebody. Show up, get somebody to react to how stupid they are. That's it. Then as soon as they get banned, lol, they're on to somewhere else doing it again. Dopamine looping off of somebody noticing them. That's the type of person this creates. That type of person, not equipped to vote, not equipped to run a company, not equipped to rise through the ranks of a company or start their own business. What are they equipped to do? Sit around with a smartphone in their hand and creep Twitter all day. That's not marketable. Not marketable in an economic sense, and it's not marketable in a personal sense. Nobody wants to hang around with a person who lives on Twitter unless they're also a person who lives on Twitter. Then they hang out on Twitter. It's not human interaction. Get Spark out of here. He doesn't listen when people say no adding, no side conversations. Get him out. Escort him out. I need Order 66 from my fucking wrenches that are present here today. If it's dumb, if they're adding somebody else, if it's a side conversation, they're gone. Heads up, 7 up, okay? Just bop them. It's bad today. It's been bad the last 3 or 4 shows, and I've been just trying to chill through it. No more. You too stupid to talk? Don't talk. How you doing? A little agitated, but I'm okay. Weather's nice today. Sun finally came out, burned off the cloud cover a little bit. That's nice. We're in the dead-ass middle of a conversation, and if you're too... I'm sorry, too. Like, I don't think... Look, dude, I feel bad for you that you were failed by the election, or failed by the educational system. I feel even worse for you that you were utterly failed by your parents. They didn't do right by you. But I can't be your surrogate parent, and I refuse to be. So maybe it's a little elitist, but if you can't speak, I don't have time for you. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an adult education professional who can make up for your lack of childhood education and your lack of proper parenting. Nor do I have any desire to be the guy to do that. I'm not running a nursery school, okay? I'm not running a I'm 30 but can't read a fucking newspaper article academy. That's on you. And if I see that coming out of your communications in here, I just ban your fucking ass. That's the way it works. Is it hot there or cooling down? It's cooling down, but only this week. It's about to climb back up next week. But the rest of this week, the weekend, and maybe into early next week, it's like in the low 80s here, which is fucking unheard of in August in this area. I live in the Central Valley of California. And it's usually like fucking over 100 degrees, high 90s if you're lucky. It's like 83 degrees today. Not even close to that now. Goddamn hiccups. Trying my hiccup cure. Let's see if it works. I think it worked. Sad part is you cannot instill wanting to learn into someone later on. It's either kept... Well, that's not true. People are capable of profound change, and there are many people who were failed by their parents in the educational system who decided they didn't want to live in the prison of ignorance their entire lives. They wanted to be able to read and contextualize things for themselves. They wanted to be able to participate in adult conversations about politics, economics, philosophy, history. They didn't want to be a dumb fuck that couldn't talk about anything, had no media literacy, and they went out and educated themselves. I will say this, to put a little positive spin on it. The internet is the greatest tool that I can imagine for the type of problem that we're talking about. A lot of these people, but it doesn't change the fact that they're way behind, and that oftentimes they'll spend 10 years of their adulthood being retarded. But a lot of people eventually realize, Jesus, the fact that I can't read puts me at a super disadvantage here. The fact that I sound like a fucking child when I talk, when I type to people, puts me at a huge disadvantage. I feel lost, and they help themselves. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people just happy. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. But it is putting a whole two now generations of kids profoundly behind to make them make that choice. I have to take responsibility for my own knowledge because I was failed by my parents and public education. So I have to teach myself how to speak, how to listen, how to write, how to read and comprehend text, how to appreciate art, All of the things that parents are supposed to do for their children and public education is supposed to anneal in their children wasn't done for me. So I have to take responsibility and better myself. People do that all the time. Okay? But it is a profound detriment to have to do that. If you have to spend your 20s making up for your lack of education, you've lost your 20s. If you don't realize until you're in your 30s that everyone around you can read books and talk about movies on a deeper level other than it was cool, and you want to be that, but you can't, you've lost your 20s and your 30s. You see? Cool. Yeah, good stuff. I don't know if I would just run right out and do a stream because I don't think you've had time to look into what we talked about yesterday. Unless you're just a flash speed reader. I think in order for you to get yourself, well, whatever. I don't want to get back into it with you, but have fun on the stream or video or whatever it was you're planning on doing with it. I feel like my parents chose to drink and let me raise myself. I sucked in school. I didn't care. And because of that, it was way harder to get started in life, but I naturally took to reading. That's good. So you're an example of somebody who had to deal with what I dealt with. Yeah. Oh, you're just going to research it in front of people. That's cool. See, I use school as a safe place, a place to get recognition. Sure, yeah, a lot of people did. That's why school is doubly important. It's not just an educational institution, it's a social institution. People learn how to interact with other people there. People learn how to be adults in school. It's an important thing. And when it's all fucked up and underfunded and overcrowded, what do you expect? You know? No, probably not. I think I'm done with gaming streams for a while, y'all. I've told you guys a million times, like, every once in a while I get the itch and I'll do a little gaming stream or something, but it really wears thin fast. Like, one of the things I hate about doing gaming streams, and I'm not trying to shit, but like one of the things that kicked me out of the gaming stream this last time, because I did a monkey stream and I just beat one boss and I was like, fuck this, I'm done. So it was a very short stream. Was every time I looked over at the chat, they weren't even talking. It was like, it wasn't even that like all they were doing was saying the same thing or whatever. They weren't even talking about the game, the boss, the gameplay, things that happened that I was doing, things that I was saying. It was all just them making monkey jokes. And it's just like, that to me is part of the reason why this like interaction shit doesn't work, because it's like, and I'm not trying to talk down to people, but it's like people will pick up on one joke, right? And they don't understand that jokes have a sell-by date, that jokes have a repetition date, right? Sometimes it can be funny to over-repeat a joke, but people will hear one thing. They'll hear me, like I was making monkey jokes every once in a while, playing the monkey game. The whole chat was nothing but monkey this, monkey that, monkey, 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 monkey. And it was just like the whole hour I did it. That's all it was. I didn't see one comment that was like, hey, Paul, this boss really beat my ass, or hey, Paul, I had an easy time with this boss, or hey, Paul, try this, or hey, Paul, this is fun, or, you know, nothing. It was literally just monkey, 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 monkey like this, monkey jump. You know, it was just like dumb, empty-headed. And when you do gaming streams, that's all that happens. And it doesn't interest me at all. You know, I did 2 gaming streams. The first one was fun because I mostly ignored the chat. But I'm sure if I went back and looked at that and watched the live chat replay, it's full of retardism. But I feel like I looked at the chat a couple of times and people were actually talking about the game and it felt cool. I was like, cool. We're like socializing a little bit in between, bosses and during downtime. Dude, the last one I did, when I tried to do that, I just looked at the thing and I had nothing to read because it was all just horrible monkey joke. When I said it, it was funny. And then everybody just ran it into the ground and then continued running it into the ground until it fell out the other side of the fucking planet. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not interesting to me. That's not fun to me. If I'm spending my whole time doing like I have to do here and cleaning up my chat, then I'm not playing the game. Then what's the point of me playing the game? This is another example of like, I would love to do gaming streams, bro. Even if it was just a small group of people who were actually engaged in having a conversation and socializing over a game. But it's just not that. You see what it is. Just go open a popular Twitch stream right now. Go do it right now. Go open whatever the top Twitch stream is right now and look at the chat. It's utter nonsense. It's solipsism gone wild. Everybody having a one-person conversation with themselves over and over and over again. Fucking 10 dozen a second. It's insane. And it goes to show you the level of communication, the level of fucking reading comprehension, the level of writing ability that young people and like tweens through 20s have. Yeah, dumb emojis, misspelled shit. People still typing like they're on T9 with the you are, all these acronyms and shit. It's just like, dude, why are you typing like you're on a fucking Nokia brick? Nobody responding to anything the person is saying. Just like side fucking hustles, but it's like nobody's talking to each other in there. It's all just, I want to be the one with the attention. Poopy doopy, you so loopy. Poopy, poopy, poop emoji, smiley emoji, Rothamel emoji, meme. Please, give me attention. I'm the one in here. I'm the one. It's like, why would anybody foster a community of people like that and even have the chat visible? It's like, what? Just go look right now, bro. This chat has got to be one of the most readable chats of its size right now. Like if you go find, like you can even do it here. You don't even got to go to Twitch. Scroll through the shorts a little bit. Find somebody that's got, more or the same amount of fucking viewers as I do and read that chat. What's it like in there? Retarded, right? Stupid. Nonsensical. People typing like they're still on a fucking Nokia brick. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. And the one I just went to, people were actually talking about the game, but maybe that's an exception. Yeah, no, it's fully an exception. Yeah. Well, that's what you have to do. People say I'm a fucking bandmonger or something, but if I want to look at my chat and do the type of this show that I do, I have no choice but to ban retards on the spot. I have no choice but to ban alts on the spot. I have no choice but to ban solipsistic, unfunny meme lords on the spot. People that make no sense, weird alternating caps. It has to go immediately or this doesn't work. And that's what it requires. Constant gardening of your fucking community. Letting dumb people know that they need to read a book if they want to talk to you. I don't have time. I'm too old. Like, if I was an educator, it'd be one thing. I'm not. I'm a 44-year-old man who's lived his own life, who wants to talk to other adults. I have no time to help educate you, teach you how to spell, type, punctuate, use context, not run on sentence, not T9 texting shortcuts. I don't have time. It's not my job. I'm not interested in the job. So I just ban your fucking nut ass. It sounds elitist as fuck, but if you're not smart enough to speak to me, I don't have time. I definitely don't have the time to bring you up. And I'm not even claiming I'm a genius. I'm just an educated guy. Just a guy that's read books. Okay? Normal guy. For my generation. Average fucking IQ. I can just read and write and comprehend and have a conversation like an adult without going, you know? What's up, Brazil? Got the biggest, fattest booties in the world in Brazil. Big, fat culos. Culos más fin. Culos más grande. You know what I'm talking about. Yo, from Iceland. Sick. I don't think Iceland has any booty, though, does it? You guys don't... When I think Iceland, I don't think booties. Yes, that's right, bro. Dude, I'm one of the few Americans that will admit I'm jealous as fuck of you fucking Brasileiros, dude. Dude, those booties are out of control down there, bro. They're out of control. Brazilian booty, it shouldn't even be legal, bro. It's like 2 extra helpings of ass. And it's just, that's how they grow them down there. Iceland got tiggle bitty. Yeah, but not booty, right? Did you hear about the 6th volcanic event? No, I did not. You guys got, well, I mean, you guys live on a volcanic island, so there's got to be like a lot of volcanic events, right? There's a couple people in here that are trying to have a conversation that isn't about booty, but there's a Brazil guy in here, bro. And that is what I wanted. That dude, as soon as he said soy brasileiro or whatever, I was like, dude, big booty, big fat booty. You know who else? You know what, dude? I got to tell you guys something. And I'll ask you guys about this. If you had to pick an area of the world where they grow them the hottest women in the world are made in what country? I want to hear what you say first, and then I'll tell you mine. Well, you don't have to narrow it down to a country, like a region. Colombia, Sweden. Come on, list it off. Where do you think they grow them the hottest? Brazil, North Africa, Montreal, Spain, US of A, South America. Cambodian. Okay. The Caribbean, Australia, Algeria. See? Japanese. People are very all over the place. Just goes to show you. Different strokes for different folks. Mine is like Central and Northern South America. So like Venezuela, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay, maybe down to Uruguay, okay? That fucking region of the world, I don't know what it is, bro, but they're cooking them up hot. Cooking them up hot. Honduras, yeah. Chile, even. They're cooking them up hot, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Let's say Japan, so cute. A lot of dudes into Japanese chicks. I think they're cute. I think they're oftentimes beautiful women, but like it's not, I don't. I guess I just don't share the like singular infatuation some people have with that particular cultural group of women. I didn't want to flex, Zeke, because you know me, I spend a lot of time flexing up about Cali because I'm a Cali boy. You know how it is, Zeke. I didn't want to flex, but Zeke is absolutely right. All of the shit I just mentioned is in abundance in California. Abundance. It's how I know that that area of the world cooks them hot. Because I'm a Cali boy. I've never been to Honduras. I've just met some Honduran chicks. You know what? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, people that have knowledge. Here's what I think of Honduras chicks. Because I've met 4 or 5 chicks of Honduran ancestry that were fucking smoke shows. But every last one of them was like 5'2". They grow short stacks in Honduras. Am I wrong? They grow them hot and short in Honduras. 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2". Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, there's fucking variation, okay? Yeah, short thickies is what I'm saying. Short thickies is what they grow in Honduras. Now in Brazil, they grow tall and thick from the waist down, from like the bottom, from the hips down. You know what I mean? That's the Brazil look right there, right? Not like 6'8" or whatever the fuck, but like 5'9", 5'10", 5'8", 5'6". That zone. Afro-Caribbean women and Nordic men are the best. All right, fair enough. Personally, I always had a thing for Slavic women. You want to know what it is? And this is just a personal preference thing. It's just funny to like talk about this kind of stuff and think about where your preferences come from, right? Dude, I have 5 sisters. All of them blonde hair, blue-eyed, Nordic ideal kind of looking chicks. Not my bag, bro. I am so wary of little blondies from the valley, bro. So aware. In a negative light. I'm like, no. Right? But that's clearly because I grew up being tortured by 5 little sisters who all were little blonde hair, blue-eyed, Nordic looking girls, right? That ain't my wheelhouse, man. You know what I like though? Latinas. Latinas and Italian girls. That's my shit. My spouse is Italian. God damn those half Japanese girls. They do it to me every time. Oh, my redheads and they play the cello. And I'm a cello baby. Italians are the South Americans of Europe. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of crossovers. Dude, every time I've fallen head over heels in love in my life, save one time. And it's not a lot. I've got what you kids would call probably a pretty fucking low body count. Okay, I'm not a big, like, casual sex guy is not my thing, right? I've been in a lot of really long, kind of tragic relationships in my life, right? But every time I've fallen just like you know what I'm talking about. I hate the term body count too. That's why I always say the way, because I just hate it. It's so gross. It's such a gross way to like contextualize it, but people don't know what you mean. That's the way people say it now. Ugh. Anyway, fucking ear. My ear, I had an ear infection a couple weeks ago, and my ears are just fucked. Anyway, I don't want to get off track. What was I talking about? I can't even remember what I was talking about, man. I'm off the res. I'm a little too stoned. Oh yeah, body counts. But oh yeah, if you've ever been like horribly tragically in love, right? You know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, hopefully someday you will, because it's an incredibly insane experience. Every time that's happened to me, save one time, it's been with a Hispanic or an Italian chick. Every time. So I have to like allot my preferences, right? Like that is obvious. But there's also a lot of people of Italian heritage where I grew up, and even more people of Hispanic heritage where I grew up. So, because that makes sense. Relationships. Yep, Latinas, dog. Latinas, dog. Quitting beer and on some awesome meds for the withdrawals. Okay, that sucks. I mean, that's good that you're getting help, but yeah, take care, buddy. Falling madly in love is probably the biggest natural high you can get. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know about that, but it's crazy, bro. It really can't be explained. It's like it's the you know that song The Rose? Have you ever heard that song? You probably have. It's the Some Say Love song. Some say love, dun, dun, it is a flower that blooms for all to see, or whatever. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless aching need. But I say loved, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. That's a song about how it's hard to explain what love is and how love means different things to different people. Good song. I love songs, man. A lot of wisdom in songs, or at least adjacent wisdom, you know? I got a shirt that says Daddy's home and has a picture of Trump, and I'm gonna wear it if he wins. Man, what a plan you got for your life, bro. You got it all figured out, don't you, bud? You're excited for the future, man. Look at you. You got it all worked out. I'm gonna wear a retarded t-shirt. Man, great job on that. Man, congrats on finding what your life meaning is, bro. You're gonna wear a fucking t-shirt that may as well say, I'm a fucking retard on it in public. Man, what an own. What an own. Man, you're really gonna show them. Why don't you just skip the fucking middleman and get a shirt that says, I'm a big fucking stupid retard? In big black block letters so people from your generation can sound it out. You know? I don't know. It's your shirt though. It's your fucking plan for the future, so you figure it out. Yeah, a picture of him in a big full stinking bustling diaper, dude. Referring to Trump or any political figure as daddy is weird as fuck. Referring to anybody that isn't your father as daddy is a little strange. It's a little less strange, I guess, if you're in a committed relationship and that's your thing. But if you're like in the habit, and a lot of people are, of calling people you don't know on the internet daddy, you should probably consider maybe not doing that anymore. I don't kink shame I don't kink shame anybody. I joke about people's kinks and shit. But what you're doing with a consenting adult in your bedroom is nobody's business but your own. I don't have a second in my day to wring my fucking hands over it. But when you bring it out of the bedroom and out of your personal relationship and start daddying up everybody you see in public, it's fucking weird, bro. It's real weird. Do whatever you gotta do, bud. The most grisly execution method of history? Dude, the one that fucking sticks in my brain and lives rent-free is the bronze bull, bro. They made a big hollow bronze bull. They'd put you in it, giant thing, lock you inside, and then light a fire under it. And you'd basically just boil and steam to death. They called it the bronze bull because of the noises that people would make from inside of it and how it sounded. Yeah. There's some awful ones, maybe even some ones that are more painful. There's vivisection and all this other crazy shit that has been done to people. But the bronze bull is the one that lives in my fucking head, bro. Yep. It had vent holes in the nose, so steam and the noise of the person boiling inside of it would come out of the nose, so it sounded like the bull was going. According to like the accounts of it and stuff, it would take people 20 minutes or 30 minutes to die in there. Man, like steam and smoke would come out of the bull's nose, and people would just stand around and go like, yeah, that guy deserved it. Every day I'm thankful to be born in a time where the death penalty comes through a needle. I wouldn't be all that thankful. It's a pretty brutal way to die, but yeah. I mean, I guess I'd choose that over the bronze bull, you know? Guy who invented the bull was the first to be used on it. Cruel. Hey, dude. He wouldn't be the first inventor in history hoist by his own petard, you know? I gotta go do my stretches and shit. Take me like 3-4 minutes. Chill out. Oh, shit. That's better. We have recentered ourselves. Pretty much every job is on the table in the future if you go far enough into the theoretical future, yeah. All service industry jobs, manufacturing jobs, public assistance jobs, all of that's on the line, all of it. Pretty much every job that you can think of is on the line. The reason that AI is so dangerous or transformative and why people are so up in arms about it is because it represents the beginning of technology that removes the need for human beings to engage in fruitless toil. It's the very front edge of that. And the world economy doesn't know how to structure itself without a labor market. If the labor market is erased, you might think, oh, that's a good thing for these companies, but these companies make products. Those products are sold to people. For people to purchase those products, they have to make money working a job. You see what I'm saying? So it's my theory, it's, call it what it is, my guess, that a universal basic income is in our pretty medium-term future. It makes no sense, for them to replace workers in the economy and then expect people to still buy their expensive shit. So, you can say doubt. This is not like, I don't think they're going to do it out of the goodness of their hearts. I think they're going to do it so they can continue to accumulate capital. Why did people in the 1950s think they would have flying cars by now? And is that idea even smart at all to have? No and no. I don't know. No, it's not a smart idea. Flying cars is, I could see flying cars being a thing after human beings are no longer controlling these things, right? So something like a flying car or a personal conveyance that can go vertical or something might be in the cards in 100 years when AI is completely in control of the entirety of the flow of traffic as one organism. That might be logically sound, but as long as human beings are the means of driving these conveyances, flying cars is retarded. Why did people in the 50s think we were going to have flying cars? Well, that's the one people always remember. They thought we were going to have all kinds of shit, some of which came to pass. There's a super interesting, old documentary that was made on the World's Fair, I think, in 1956. And it shows, the home of the future. And a lot of the stuff, it doesn't look and act exactly how it works now. But a lot of the stuff that they're showing as complete sci-fi came to pass. One of them that really blows me away was every home will have a communications center in it, connecting you to whoever you want, anywhere on the globe, with the touch of a button. And then it shows the 50s housewife go over to this thing and press a button, and her mother comes up. You can see her face. It's like FaceTime or Skype or Discord or whatever, right? Hi, Mom. Oh, hi. You look great today. Blah, 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 right? So their ideas for what it would ultimately look like might not have been dead on, but a lot of the shit that they said, hey, this is coming. You could even really stretch it and say, flying personal conveyances are a thing now. Way more of a thing than they were in the 50s when people started talking that shit, right? Get in a helicopter, 2001: A Space Odyssey predicted FaceTime, kind of. Yeah, well, you can look at it all. The fucking Star Trek predicted the cell phone, the tablet, wireless communication in general. There's just a ton of shit where sci-fi and people's ideas about futurism have pretty much come to pass. So that's why I'm interested in futurism, and that's why I talk about it. That's why when people ask me that question, I'm not scared of extrapolating what I think now to 100 years from now. I think it's very, very likely that the need for human beings to do what we would call toil is numbered on this planet. AI unlocks the ability for us to create machines that autonomously do without human damage all of the things that we ask human beings to do with no margin of error, or a very slim one in compared to human beings. Robots don't show up to work drunk. Robots aren't going through a divorce. Robots don't have a fucking accidental pregnancy to deal with. You know what I mean? Robots just are there. They're there all the time. They don't have to go home. You don't have to feed them. You don't have to clothe them. You don't have to worry about their psychological health. They can work 30-hour shifts nonstop when it's crunch time, and all you got to do is make sure that the maintenance robots are there to oil them and change their battery packs out and shit. You see what I'm saying? There's all upside for business, and we're moving towards that. I mean, we've been inexorably moving towards automation since before I was born. So, you know, the extrapolation of that move towards automation, added now with functional AI models, you've got a world where people aren't going to need to do the kinds of things that people do for work now. And companies would be stupid to hire a truck driver if it's way safer to just have the AI drive your truck. Why would you want to take all the problems that come with a truck driver? You got to pay his fucking medical bills. Oh, his mom died, so he's not going to be able to run the load. That never happens to a fucking robot. You know, a robot's mom didn't die. A robot doesn't give a fuck if it's Christmas Day and you need it to do an emergency load at 2 p.m. You know what I mean? Robots out there doing it. Why would a company ever commit to having human beings doing something that it's cheaper to have a robot do? They won't. But we're fast approaching this idea that, like, it's great. Robots can make everything, but nobody can afford to buy any of it because nobody makes any money now because nobody's employed now. So that's why I say UBI. Lamau, robots are not ready yet. Tell that to automated auto manufacturing facilities. Go take a look at an automated automobile line right now and tell me robots aren't ready yet. By the way, those have been around since like the 70s. So this is not even new technology. What do you mean robots aren't ready? Go look at the warehouse robots that Amazon is using. Tell me that's not ready. Tell me that's not a better solution than having a human being with a back brace on, moving heavy boxes around and shit. People just don't pay attention to what's going on. Take a look at the parking of self-driving cars. I didn't say it was perfect yet. Take a look at the fact that there's self-driving cars. Do you know that I can get in my car right now, get on the freeway, hit a button, take my hands off the wheel, and it'll drive me all the way to San Francisco without me ever touching it? Are you aware of that? You don't think that's a leap from 10 years ago when that thing was just a fucking sci-fi dream? You need to pay attention to how much things have changed and how many jobs have already been replaced by robotic automation. Don't be stupid. Don't just go like, hey, that will never happen. Well, it's happening around you. That's the sign of somebody who doesn't know how to comprehend reading, doesn't know how to assimilate information. They've already ironed out a lot of the kinks that people are talking about still existing. A lot of it is cope. People are getting scared. They should be. If you're working a job and you think in your head like, man, it'd probably be okay for a robot to do this, you better be worried. Your job's on the line. Right now, there's multiple companies working on something that companies can buy and maintain that replaces you. You're a problem for companies. You better union up. You better unionize if you want to stop this kind of shit from happening. But in the absence of that, because a lot of the people that need to do it can't read, I don't think it's going to happen. So, failing that, if you work a job and you're just like pouring sodas all day and flipping the same hamburger all day, or washing cars all day, or working a register all day, they're already replacing you. Look at the automated McDonald's and shit. Go look it up. You may not have seen one. There are McDonald's that don't have people in them. You walk in, you type on the thing, it spits out your burger. You ignoring that? Thankfully, I'm a master service technician and I'm not getting replaced anytime soon. Famous last words. Famous. I hope that's true, buddy. Man, I may not be happy, but I'm flipping burgers for a living. They'll never have a robot to do that. Somebody's got to run the cash register to count the money. People won't buy something if they don't have that friendly human face to talk to. Robots can't drive. They won't replace people that drive with robots. It's like, are you going to keep doing that? Yeah, you know what? Being a truck driver is a fucking thing of the past, but it's for the best anyway. And my master service technician job is totally on the fucking table. They'll always need a human being to turn a socket wrench. It's like, are you sure about that? It's like it's happening around people and people just want to cope through it. That's one of the real downsides to the internet. It has allowed people hug box cope to the point where they just ignore reality now. I understand wanting to go to a place that pumps you up and people believe it. I do that sometimes. But goddamn, the amount of people that just are just like, nuh-uh, as the world is burning is fucking nuts now, bro. It just allows people to cloister up and a bunch of other scared people and tell everybody it's okay. It's like, I guess I can understand that on a human level, but do you think you can ignore the problem forever? Do you think that's going to solve it? Do you think I should just ban the idiots off my subreddit? I don't know what your subreddit is, homeboy. How many idiots are you dealing with? What's the topic of your subreddit? Oh, it's you. How's it going over there, man? Let's have a conversation about it. So when you started it, your like founding document for the OK Buddy Deep Fat Fried was, hey, these guys ban too much and it just gets rid of legit critique. I want to have a place where there's fun memes and open discussion about the show. How's that working out for you? I want an answer before I'll answer any questions from you. Because now it's been, what, like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months of this? You having fun? When you show up to look at your subreddit that you run because you wanted to have a fun place to go, are you having fun? I'll wait. You asked for the conversation, so let's have it. You having a good time running that place? You like every time you make a reasonable post getting downvoted and having people shit on you? You like the fact that your light ban policy lets people just make 5 alts and come right back and fuck on you? How's it going over there, bro? How do you feel? Why are you asking me what to do with your subreddit? How do you feel about what you've created? Where's it at, man? Type it up. Let's get this conversation going, man. Yeah, you're asking the dude whose policies you claim to hate what you should do with the subreddit you created to escape him and his bad policy. How does that make fucking sense, bro? Make it make sense to me. Let's go. I'm putting you on the timer. You're on a 30-second timer starting now. and then you're banned. And I don't ever want to see an alt of you again. Don't DM me. Don't ask me for advice. 20 seconds. $15 seconds. $5 seconds. I typed slowly, sorry. Okay. I'll extend it by another 20 seconds. You just posted. It said I typed slowly. That's not what that's not an answer to my question. I asked you very, like 20. Okay, dude. I'm going to extend another 30 seconds for you. Get to typing. This is such a stupid side conversation that makes no sense. Make it make sense to me. What sense does it make? The answer is right above. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. Maybe it got fucking banned or something. Or maybe it got held because I'm not on all messages. Yeah, dude. Whatever it was got held by fucking YouTube or something. Because I don't see your answer, bro. You'll have to repost it. And you might want to take any fucking thing out of it that... Because there ain't no post, bro. But repost it quick. And if it doesn't work, recontextualize it quick. I'm on all chat now. I double checked. I usually try and set it on all chat, so I thought that's what it was. No, I'm on all chat now. You didn't post shit, and if you did, it got fucking held for review. That ain't on me, bro. YouTube's got rules. Hurry up and repost. He's just trying to buy more time. Yeah, he's trying to tie me up talking about this retarded nonsense for longer. But I want an answer out of this motherfucker. He came up in here asking me, so I want an answer. Ban him. Don't come back and don't ever ask me again. Whew. Man, it's like fucking pulling teeth, bro. Pulling teeth. Dealing with midwits all day is fucking exhausting, bro. You're talking about the dude Joker thing. I don't really care. I'm so done with the fucking superhero shit. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm done with the character of Harley Quinn. I don't like it. I don't want any more of it. I'm annoyed by it as it stands, and I don't want to be annoyed anymore. So I could give a fuck less about this new Joker movie. I don't like Harley Quinn. I don't care about Harley Quinn. I don't think it's fucking gonna be a good musical. I don't think either of the... Well, I guess Lady Gaga can sing, but fucking Joaquin Phoenix is not a singer. It's just gonna suck. So there you go. Now you know. He didn't post anything because I banned his fucking dumbass. Stop. Banned Cloudwatcher too. You don't know when we've moved on? Bye. Most films are just repeats or, yeah, I know. It's sequels, it's reboots, there's nothing new, nothing fresh, always based on some other fucking thing. It sucks, bro. It's a real low ebb for Hollywood movies. Now, movies that are breaking out of Hollywood, independent filmmakers that get picked up by little side things and produced out of Hollywood, those are good. There's a lot more, way more great indie films now than at any point. But the shit that Hollywood is putting its fucking greasy stamp on sucks worse now than it has in fucking maybe 100 years, bro. It is fucked. Anyway, I've had enough today. It's been a rocky road. I'll see you guys later.